That's just sports, baby.
Crowd goes wild, strawberry ice bringing fire and style. Reds, Bengals, Bearcats, all in my zone. This is my stage, my mic, my throne. Boom, like a hammer, I'm breaking the game. Strawberry ice, you're gonna know my name. Sports Talk Thunder, hear the podcast roar. Cincy's line is kicking down the door. Step into the ring where the passion ignites. Talking sports all day and all night. From the field to the court to the roaring stands. Strawberry ice with the world in my hands. Boom, like a hammer, I'm breaking the game. Strawberry ice, you're gonna know my name. Sports Talk Thunder, hear the podcast roar. Cincy's line is kicking down the door.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, Iceman Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I'm your sports from a West Side point of view, right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. And you know what? I'm always coming to you live from that ice cave. Shout out to our sponsors, T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out their website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And Party Lawn and Landscaping for all your lawn and landscaping needs. I don't know, you need your grass cut, you need a paver patio, you need anything. I mean, anything. Maybe you're a do-it-yourselfer. Maybe you want to buy some mulch, some gravel. Think Party Lawn and Landscaping. And of course, Meyer Window Doors and more. I got them in my house. I highly recommend you get them in yours. Meyer Window Doors and more. And of course, my favorite brewery, Cincinnati Lager House. Go on down there to the banks. Get you some delicious Lager House beer, some delicious Lager House food, and of course, tell all my sponsors you heard about them from Sports with Strawberry Ice. That's right, of course. Always thanks to all my sponsors, Party Lawn and Landscaping, T Properties, Lager House Cincinnati, and of course, Meyer Window Doors and more. What is up to everybody in the chat? We've got Brad's in there, Ken's in there, and Tony Blazin. What's going on, guys? All right, tonight is night. NCAA tournament. I know it started last night. I didn't watch any of it because I was watching the USA, unfortunately, lose to Venezuela, which I'm happy for Gino Suarez. It says I read, so he won. That's cool, but I'm still upset that we lost because our offense was absolutely horrendous. We could not get a hit. And when they finally did get the hit from Bryce Harper, the bullpen gave it up. Sound like a freaking Reds game last year. But anyway, unfortunately, we lost that. But tonight, we watch Miami of Ohio. Around here, you can just say Miami. The Redhawks are taking on SMU tonight. I think Miami's going to win this. Actually, I got them picked going to the Sweet 16. We'll see. It's going to be – I know they might face Virginia, but I'm picking them anyway. I'm a homer. All right. Today's topic, the Bengals got about $30 million in cap space. Will they do anything with it? Will they sign a linebacker? Or will they save it all for the draft? Well, I know one guy who knows anything and everything about the NFL draft, and he is a Bengals fan for now. He hasn't given up yet. He's the one and only Brian Bosarge. What's up, Brian? How you doing, my man?
What's up, man?
So you're still a Bengals fan. That's good. That's good.
For now. For now. This is becoming a very tenuous situation each off season that passes.
Exactly. So real quick, let's run down your thoughts on the players they signed and the players they didn't. Let's get through all this and then we'll get into the draft.
I like Boye and Mafe because of the upside. I feel like they're hoping this is Trey 2.0. Getting a player on the upswing there. I like Brian Cook. He was the best safety available. Rare that the Bengals get the top at a position group. They did that with Cook at a position of need. And Jonathan Allen, I hope he's still got juice left. We'll see. He seems to be still a solid producer at the very least. Going to need him for sure, but that's it, right? And
that's
Josh Johnson,
Yeah,
he's literally there to throw passes until Joe Flacco resigns.
Yeah, people are like, oh, the funny thing is, I put stuff out there like, because Kirk Cousins is another one they could go get because they actually people are like, oh, he cost too much money. Well, Kirk's getting paid by the Falcons, so it would be league minimum. But I think it's going to be Joe Flacco. I mean, Andy Dalton just got traded to the Jets. Joe Flacco is going to, I think, wait as long as he can. See if he doesn't get a starting quarterback job, which, hell, he could go start for the Jets, but I don't know about you. I'd rather go.
They'll sign Flacco in August.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be. That's and he doesn't.
They signed him 3 days before he started a game last year.
Right. And
training camp is of no consequence.
Yeah, he doesn't need to go to training camp. But trust me, Who Dey Nation is going to lose their ever loving mind. We can't go into the season with Josh Johnson. Like, I don't think we're going to. I think it's going to be Joe Flacco. But yes, but there's still a glaring need. Linebacker. Now you're going to say his name, Bobby. How do you say it?
I feel like it's Okereke, but I feel like that's probably not right either.
I think that's right. I think it's what John Sheeran pronounced it yesterday. Bobby Okereke, and I for some reason can't get that in my brain. To me, him or Bobby Wagner are the two guys that are left. That
maybe Jelani Tavai was another one.
True,
that was a cap cut. Wagner would count to the formula, which, based off of my understanding of it, if they were to sign Bobby Wagner to let's just hypothetically say a $3 to $4 million deal or whatever, they might lose their 7th round comp pick. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, who cares?
But
they're not gonna, I don't think there's anybody left to feasibly sign that can offset the Trey contract now to knock their 3rd pick down.
Even if Wagner, that wouldn't.
No, I like I said, because Wagner's deal is not going to be for an amount that I think is going to offset it.
And that's the thing that the Bengals are, which drives us all nuts. That's what the Bengals don't want to do. They don't want to lose these comp picks. So what the hell are they waiting on that?
And you could and let's just drag this out into the summer.
All right. I hope they don't.
I hope they don't either. But they don't get another linebacker in the draft in the first 3 rounds, which I would assume would be the target. Bobby Wagner is still available in July. He's waiting to see, play it out or whatever. After June, I want to say after June 1st, the anybody you sign after that doesn't count towards the comp formula anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's after a certain date. I can't remember the exact date.
I think you're right.
It's after a certain date. It doesn't count towards the comp formula anymore. And then, you can see some veteran moves at that point of guys that maybe haven't signed or waiting. Right. So if that is indeed the case, I hope they don't wait that long. I'd rather just go ahead and sign someone like Bobby Wagner, Okereke, Jelani Tavai, somebody. Just do something.
It's any of them.
You've got to get a veteran guy in there.
They had to. They've got to. I mean, it's getting critical here.
But that's not even. But to me, that's not even their only hole they could have filled in free agency with not. I'm not saying a back-breaking amount. But there's depth, tight end depth. There's, other players there, corner depth that you could have signed. And like I said, I like the Mafe signing. I like the Cook signing. It's the way they structure the contracts. Kill me.
Yep. They killed everybody.
The 2 highest, I think it was Joe Goodberry tweeted this out yesterday. The 2 highest free agency signings, unrestricted free agent signings, 2026 year cap hits were Brian Cook and Boye Mafe, the 2 highest in the league, and it wasn't close.
Yeah,
the next one down was like $12 million,
which I don't get. Like I get for not trying to waste your future, but then when you get, like John Sheeran said on the show yesterday, when they get to the future, they don't do anything with it.
No,
so it's like
it's this hypothetical.
Right.
I commented on somebody yesterday it's one of the original Family Guy cutaways with the mystery box.
Right.
You could get a boat,
Right.
or you can get what's in the mystery box. It could even be a boat. That seems to be the Bengals' approach to pushing, saving the salary cap room or these deals. And like I said, we're not even saying add void year deals like some of the other teams. We're not even saying that. We're just saying and you could do a simple restructure on Burrow's contract and freed up another $30 million.
This is a good comment here from KV from KC. The only team with 800 credit score never uses it.
Right.
Exactly. All right, we got a $5 super chat from Fuzzy Balls. Can you ask Mr. Deep Fried Draft what he thinks about the Bengals drafting Jacob? I think it means Jacob Rodriguez, linebacker in the 2nd round, Antonio Williams, wide receiver in the 3rd round.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I would be down with that. Rodriguez, his question coming in to this process was athleticism, right? His playmaking skills never in doubt, production never in doubt. Then he goes to the combine, blows it up. Great, one of the higher testing linebackers there, answered all the questions. Antonio Williams, I'm not sure. Maybe he had testing numbers from Clemson's per day. I'm still waiting on the official stuff to come in from that. But they need a slot receiver to me.
Yes.
And I think that's a critical need in this draft class. I would prefer one that can also give return game upside.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Antonio Williams is that guy. I'm a Zachariah Branch guy myself for the Bengals, but I don't know that he's available in the 3rd round. So, but yes, if they ended up with player X in the 1st round, Jacob Rodriguez in the 2nd, Antonio Williams in the 3rd, I'd be good with that.
So my question, where are you at on Peter Woods? I know last time he came on here, I think you were kind of high on him. I think a lot of people have kind of dropped off on him. Where are you at with him right now?
I don't know.
That's a lot of answers. I don't know.
I don't know. And
yeah, it's weird.
I am curious to see where he ends up ultimately shaking out when my next board drops. The one I have now is right after the combine. So that didn't factor in what little athletic testing he did at Clemson's pro day and then kind of kicked the rest of it to the curb because what he did do was average. His 2025 tape isn't good it's average. I'll say that. His 2024 tape was great. So I don't like him at 10. But okay. You see in a lot more mock drafts having him fall out of the 1st round.
So what would you think if he's sitting? Let's just say, I think what we're picking
41.
What if he's sitting there and Rodriguez is sitting there, and we need both? What would you take Wood? Because Wood at one point had the higher ceiling, and than Rodriguez.
I would say he still has the higher ceiling.
So would you take him over?
But his floor is a lot lower than Rodriguez's.
Right.
Rodriguez is a high floor, maybe not a high ceiling guy. And the Bengals tend to swing a lot in the 2nd round. Like that's where they tend to dig a lot of these big swings. I would say that Woods would be the pick at 41, but it also depends on what did they do at 10.
You're right.
So I don't think they would have taken another defensive tackle at 10. But maybe maybe for some unbeknownst reason, Sonny Styles fell to 10.
Oh.
You sprint that card up, maybe. You've hurt yourself getting that card up to the podium.
Would trip. I would hurt. Throw my back. My back is been hurt for the last week. I would run up there. I don't care. I don't think
he's going to be there. But
Which is funny. It's like he went from not really being considered to definitely not being considered. And then like last week, people are like, oh, well, maybe he will be. I'm like, what?
So this is a microcosm of the entire draft, and we can get into it now or we can get into it later.
Go for it.
This draft class is weird. And in the sake that the best players in this draft are at non-premium positions. The best player in this draft class to me is Caleb Downs. Who I would still take at 10.
I still would. Oh, God.
Even with signing Brian Cook,
I'd still take him too. Me too.
I still take him at 10. But I think he's the best player, but he's a safety. It's a non-premium pick.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah Love, maybe the 2nd or 3rd best player in this draft class. Running back, non-premium pick.
Mm-hmm.
Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles. 2 of the top 5 players in this draft class, off-ball linebackers, maybe with some edge upside, but mostly off-ball linebackers, not premium picks.
Right.
You see what I'm saying here? So that's 4 of the 5 best players in this draft class are non-premium picks. And then you get edge rushers are premium picks.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 best edge rushers in this class, Ruben Bain, short arms. Complete out. There hasn't been a first-round pass rusher drafted in the last 25 years with arms shorter than 32 inches. Baines are 31 and like an eighth. David Bailey, the other edge rusher, top edge rusher in this class. Tremendous pass rusher. Measurables are fine. Struggle, horrible, not horrible, but not a good run defender.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So he has issues. Then you have the offensive tackles that are ranked high. Almost all of them are right tackles. I agree with Blake, by the way, safety should be considered.
I do too. That's why I put that up there. Yeah.
So the offensive tackles here there's the only top, although I think Caleb Lomu is one of the top offensive tackles in this class. That's not generally the consensus at this point. But the top left tackle in this class is Monroe Freeling, who's only started like 12 games.
Right.
So, and then you have Fernando Mendoza, who is the top quarterback in this class, is going to go number 1 overall.
Mm-hmm. Then you don't really have anybody.
I don't know that he would have. That you can have a debate on whether he would have went higher than Cam Ward last year. So
yeah. As far as measurables and all that stuff, yeah, his hype has gotten him to where he's at.
Draft class.
Yeah, exactly. Now Ken's got a comment here. He said Caleb Downs can play the slot as well too, which we're going to need a slot. Now I'm not saying draft him and put him in the slot, but from time to time, yes, you could do that for sure. Yeah, but Caleb Downs can damn near play anywhere he wants to, except for interior line. But you can probably put him off the edge.
Caleb Downs changes the way you call your defense.
Oh yeah, he's a game changer
because you can put him at deep free safety. You're fine.
Mm-hmm.
You can put him in the box. You're fine. You can put him in the slot. You're fine. And you can change that on a down by down on a weekly basis.
Mm-hmm. Shoot, you can change it play to play if you want to.
Right.
he can do it. That's where this is like, and the whole thing you're saying, this draft is weird. That's why I freaking changed my mind of who I want. 1 week it's Bain, next week it's Downs, then Sonny Styles. I'm like, it was Woods. I'm kind of out on Woods at 10. But Brian, one of them has got to be there at 10 because I keep seeing people like, well, man, we could drop down. I don't want to drop down. We got a top 10 pick. We should be able to draft an impact player at 10 and 41. Those are 2 premium picks. It's almost Bengal proof, right?
Maybe what every Bengal fan should be wanting right now is for Cleveland and New Orleans to decide they want wide receivers.
Yes.
Because as much as we would all love to see Carnell Tate in Cincinnati, that's a complete just luxury pick, right?
Yeah. And we didn't do anything good to have that.
We have not done enough in free agency to have the luxury of drafting Carnell Tate at 10. Exactly. So you want them to go. You want offensive tackles to go because you're not drafting one of those either. I think the extension for Orlando Brown ended that, although I could make the argument for Maui Noah from Miami as a guard.
Well, they're going to. I think they are going to draft somebody because they don't have a.
I think they end up hitting that swing tackle spot.
That's
day 3, 4th round.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. They got to. I mean,
but there might be one of them guys still out there in free agency too that they could have for a song.
True. That's true. I mean, is Cody Ford? Did we sign him for? Did we have him on the roster? I can't remember if he's signed for 1 year or 2 year deal.
Let's see.
I can't remember that.
Cody Ford is still on the roster.
Okay. Well,
I can't stomach Cody Ford anymore.
They might just run it back with him. but I do think they're still drafting one because it's going to be late rounds. Even if they do have Cody Ford, I still do think they're going to draft one here. Blake here's got one for you. I'd argue wide receiver 3 is one of the Bengals' top 3 needs. I'm not disagreeing with that. Well, top 3, I don't know.
Maybe not top 3,
Yeah.
but if you're going to draft one, I think it has to be with one of your first 3 picks.
Yeah.
If you're going to get a guy that's going to make a rookie impact.
But see, that's one thing. The Bengals actually are good at finding wide receivers in late rounds. Don't
day 2.
Yeah. Well, day 2. Well, who'd they get? When they get Tyler Boyd? What was he?
He was round 2.
Oh, he was. Oh, okay. I thought
T. Higgins round 2. Carl Pickens round 2. Darnay Scott round 2. You see what I'm saying?
Well, hold on. I got you. Chad Johnson and TJ.
Chad Johnson was also round 2, but TJ was round 7.
There you go. See?
So
they got one.
But I mean, Yoshi Voss has been okay, but I wouldn't call him good. I'd call him average. He was a 5th round pick. And Charlie Jones was a 4th round pick. He's been useless. He's only thing he is outside of one kick return a year.
Yeah, and then he gets hurt. So Blake's got this at that one. Linebacker, pass rusher, D tackle, wide receiver 3, my top 3. I would put corner in there too. I would put corner over top of wide receiver just because we do have Yoshi Voss and we do have Gesicki. So and Gesicki he's listed as tight end, but that's the only thing I would say.
I still got edge at the top, but edge, interior D line, corner, safety.
All right, so
linebacker.
Let's talk
a lot
about
of
this
needs on this team.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about we saw the
You're muted.
Muted. There, is that better? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, how the hell I got muted? I don't know where I was at. Miles Murphy had a jump last year.
Yes.
And people have told me that Shamar Stewart is a bust. He's worthless. They shouldn't have drafted him, which I agree. They shouldn't have drafted him, but they did. And I think his agent royally screwed him last year with the whole thing of having him hold out. It wasn't worth him holding out and screwing his entire season up. With that being said, with him having a normal offseason and hopefully a normal camp and a healthy camp, do you think he takes a jump? Because they're going to need him. They need him to make a jump this year. Do you think he takes that jump?
I hope so. And that's sad that the whole Bengals offseason plan seems to be hope.
It always is.
That was it's just you hope that Demetrius Knight and Barrett Carter make a jump.
Mm-hmm.
You hope Eric All comes back to form. You hope
he gets healthy,
gets better. You hope Miles Murphy continues his upswing. At this point, the only sure things you have on that defense are DJ Turner,
Dax
Hill,
which is funny. That's another funny one to bring me to another thing. I think they're going to sign one of them here soon. Hopefully they sign both of them, but I do think they're going to sign one of either Dax Hill or DJ Turner. With that being said, do you think would you sign them? Because I had somebody trying to argue with me on Twitter saying that
they picked up Dax Hill's 5th year, right?
They picked up his 5th, yes. But that was last year.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, this is it. They're both gone after this.
And
year.
Miles will be up this year.
Miles, they got to pick Miles up.
They got to pick Miles up this year.
They should do that too.
So yes, him and Turner both will be. They're unrestricted after this season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there is nobody behind them. That's what I was trying to tell this guy on Twitter, which I mean, like I said, I love having conversations with people on Twitter. And he's like, no, you let him prove it. I'm like, prove it. They proved it last year. I mean, Dax Hills, to me, has proved that he can play pretty much wherever they put him. They just need to leave him somewhere. I think his best spot is outside corner. DJ Turner, I think, should have made a Pro Bowl last year. So to me, they got to sign one of them. Hopefully both of them.
So they're about to hope the draft again.
Well, that brings up Mesidor.
No, Mesidor. I can tell you now, they won't draft Mesidor at 10.
Not if anybody, if everybody's not there, if everybody's gone.
Who is everybody? Is a corner still there?
Well, yeah, I guess corner would still be there. Yeah.
Then they're taking a corner.
Okay.
And I think that's where I was getting to, because I don't like the especially since he has not done anything this offseason at all that I know he's been healthy enough to do. But it's starting to pick up steam. I think Paul Dehner Jr. had it in his 7-round Bengals mock yesterday, them taking Jermod McCoy from Tennessee. He's 20 years old. 2024 tape was fantastic. Would have entered this season on a top 10 had he not tore his ACL in January.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Bengals fans need to start maybe familiarizing themselves with him. I think they would take him over Mansour Delane if both were available at 10, although I have Delane as a better prospect, but that's because I just don't know what McCoy is right now health-wise.
Right. I'm listening to you. I'm just starting some comments here.
No. Like I said, I think corner is a bigger spot because of both Turner and I think Turner's the one they end up extending.
I do too. I think Turner's the one they extend, but they need to extend both.
I agree.
What I think they're going to do is they're going to go, here's a contract. Who's going to sign it first? That seems like what they always do. I mean,
that's what they do. And here's my thing. You could extend them both next week and draft Delane or McCoy at 10. And I'll talk myself into it because Dax plays the nickel.
Right. Oh yeah, totally.
That might be his best spot.
It's just they never wanted to do that because he's a first round freaking pick that was supposed to replace.
And I get that, but that's a starting position now.
Mm-hmm.
Nickel is a starting position in the
NFL. When they run the spread, yeah. Ken here says, could Tyler Montgomery wide receiver? Go ahead.
So Tyler Montgomery went from nobody had heard of, nobody knew who he was, to everybody's favorite wide receiver at the Senior Bowl after the first 2 days. It was iffy after that. He dropped a lot of passes during the third day of practice and caught no passes during the Senior Bowl game on Saturday. I have no idea when his pro day is going to be. I'm going to assume he's going to work out at one of the either MAC schools or one of the other Ohio schools, because I didn't know where John Carroll was. I had to look that up during the week of the Senior Bowl. It's in Ohio somewhere. So, so I assume he'll end up working out at one of the MAC school pro days, maybe Toledo or somewhere like that. Right. And because he didn't get a combine invite. So I don't know what kind of an athlete. He's also older. He's like 25. Like he's
that's a baby. Well, to me, I'm 51. I'm 51.
I mean, I don't like calling people older prospects at 25 either, man. But it's the nature of the beast. Yeah, I'm 46.
I know. I'm like, my kid's 25. Like, dude, he's still a baby. I'm like, what do you know? But yeah, you're right. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying.
And that's the deal with Mesidor as well. And the Bengals. When have the Bengals drafted a 25-year-old? Like at any point in the draft, not even in the first round, at any point in the draft. When was the last time that happened?
Was it Devin Knight 25?
God damn it.
Demetrius Knight? No, he's 25. They did that last year. Like, unfortunately.
Well, there went that. But that's okay. He played at South Carolina. It's fine.
I know. Oh, goodness. All right, let me get some questions here. Let's see. All right, Blake's got a statement here. Letting one of two leave and taking quarterback 10 would be such a mistake.
Makes it more likely to happen.
Exactly. Dax should move inside. He had top 10 quarterback outside when they moved him there. Yeah. The thing is, but
let's just take Caleb Downs at 10 and move on with life.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they don't have the problem right now. They don't have anybody on the inside. That's the problem. They need to do that here. Let's see here. Ken here. Second round. Chris Johnson, cornerback, has versatility. What do you think about him?
He came in big hype coming into the Senior Bowl week. A lot of like first round buzz. on him. Then he had a so-so week. Was it good? Was it bad? Just he was there. He just whelmed, right? He didn't under or over, just whelmed. Then he goes to the combine, big combine, like 9.9 RAS or something after the workout. So big time athlete. I think he could be very well on the board at 41. I don't doubt that in the least. I don't know how many corners. I think we maybe see at least 3 corners in round 1, maybe 4, depending on if Brandon Cisse goes in the first round or not. So we'll see how that works out. But I think we see Delane McCoy and Avion Terrell from Clemson will go in the first round, and then it cornerback 4.
Yeah. You just got the super chat here. Fuzzy Ball's $2 super chat. Avion Terrell seems like an immediate starter, though. You just say
he can start for somebody. I don't think it's going to be Cincinnati because I don't think he's not coming off the board at 10. I don't honestly see a whole lot. I don't see a whole lot of on the clock trading in round 1 in the top half. I just don't, because especially for some of the big swings like we've seen in the past, their teams they see that 2027 first round lining up next year.
Oh,
and nobody wants to give up that anymore. And it's not. Everybody's going to talk about the quarterbacks, and it's a lot of them next year.
Next year's quarterback. That's what Miami's. That's why they're dumping everybody because of next year. That's exactly. That brings me to another. Sorry, that brings me to another guy, Jordan Brooks. That since they're trying to trade everybody. Yeah, I'm like,
I'd make the call in a heartbeat.
I'd make it. I mean, I'd give up, 6th this year, 5th next year, what the hell ever. Because I think Miami just they want draft picks. That's what I would do.
Yes,
I don't know. If
I'd make the call.
He would be amazing to add to. I mean, that is for me. That's the top guy to go get.
He like an All Pro this year, or a Pro Bowl guy, or something at least.
I think it was last year.
Whatever. Close enough. Doesn't matter.
Close enough.
He's better than anything on the roster now for sure.
that is true.
But yes, so I completely got sideways where I was at.
I interrupted you. Sorry. That was my fault.
It's fine. But the 2027 draft. Because people were talking about the quarterbacks. Yes, it's loaded at edge. It's loaded at offensive tackle. It's loaded at wide receiver. This is going to be great. The 2020s. I'm pumped already thinking about it. And 2026 is still 36 days away.
But we're not counting it down at all.
I mean, I could go to a site that tells you how many days and hours and minutes is left, but I don't have that pulled up yet.
All right, let's see here. I got some more start. All right, here you go. Hey guys, what about Zion Young, 3rd round?
Nope. No chance he gets there.
Oh,
no, I'm all the way in on him. I just, he could go in the back end of the first round at the very least. I don't think he's there at 41, but it would be considered. I would highly consider him there if he was, for sure. Guy's a maniac. Everybody needs to. I've told everybody this. I'm pretty sure it's still on YouTube. Look up Zion Young, Kansas coin flip. Just Google that.
I have to look it up.
It was fun stuff.
Okay.
It was fun stuff. Guy's a nut.
If I had a producer, I'd tell him to look that up. We played on here.
And he's but he had a great week at the Senior Bowl as well. So yeah, I think he ends up going at. I think his ceiling's probably in the early 20s.
There you go. All right, Blake here. Blake's blowing it up. Johnson is much better in the zone. I like him to a team that plays a little more zone than the Bengals. Or a statement there. Yes, Jolly. Logan Wilson is retiring. You are correct. So,
thanks for the draft pick.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was a smart trade by the Bengals. I don't care. I mean, every once in a while they do something smart. And that was one.
I mean, I don't know what they'll get in the 7th round, but
it's a body.
their track record isn't great.
No,
in the 7th round.
not really. But I mean, if you look at the 2023 draft, that's actually turning out to be pretty good so far for the Bears. Now, 2024
outside of the punter.
yeah. Outside of that. But yeah, that draft class actually turned out to be pretty good. 2024 is still up in the air. So with them adding of Jonathan Allen, I don't know if McKinley Jackson and Chris Jenkins are both on the squad, especially if they draft. I think they're drafting an interior lineman too. Do you think? What do you think? What do you think the chances of those guys being on this team next year or this coming year?
I would be curious if they were to make a trade. If McKinley Jackson isn't like a filler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To a team that maybe.
Which one do you like? You like McKinley Jackson better or the Chris Jenkins or vice versa? Which one do you like better?
Neither one is who they need to be, but McKinley Jackson was overkill when they drafted him the year they did. They double dipped. Was it that year with him and
with him and Jenkins? They gave him the same.
Yes, thank you. So yeah, I neither one of them has performed at all, but at least Chris Jenkins has been active.
And that's what I didn't understand last year because McKinley Jackson
Jackson can't get on the field on a team that desperately needs interior defensive linemen, and he can't get active on game days. That tells you all you need to know about McKinley Jackson.
Right. Well, I guess I want to know why, because when he did get on, he did make some plays, and he looked. I'm not saying he should start or anything like that, but I was impressed with what he did when he did play last year, and I was impressed with him more the year before that. I've been impressed with him more than Chris Jenkins, to be honest. But like you said, he couldn't get on the field. I don't know why. I've never been able to find out why.
I don't know. I thought Howard Cross made as many plays as McKinley Jackson did in the limited time that he got on the field.
True.
And he was undrafted. So
they both made more plays than Chris Jenkins did.
I would like to, like I said, if you could find maybe somebody that maybe his college coach is coaching somewhere now, or something along those lines, somebody else that liked him coming out, and you can use him as a sweetener in a trade pick swap or something. I don't know. I would still like him to see them bring in DJ Reader.
Yeah. I would too, but I keep saying I don't see that since they signed Jonathan Allen.
I don't either, but like I said, I mean, you can't have enough guys like that.
True. I don't disagree with that whatsoever.
I mean, especially you would get DJ Reader for 15 snaps a game. That's better than the 15 snaps a game you're getting from Chris Jenkins right now.
And they could. I mean, if DJ Reader is there, if they do that, it would be after the draft. I think, depending on what they get.
I agree. I agree.
I don't
think that outside of maybe a linebacker move, I don't think they're going to sign anybody
between now and the draft.
Now and the draft,
they've got to sign a linebacker, in my opinion, before the draft. They have to. I mean, I don't. Will they? I don't. Because, dude, I said this, and I hate that I'm turning out to be right. I said this before free agency even started, that I wouldn't be surprised if they don't sign anybody at linebacker, because just the Bengals like their guys, and I'm like, but they need a veteran in that room, and
they need somebody to show those guys how to play.
Yeah, exactly.
Professional football.
Right. Well, I mean, all right. So I go back to this. When Logan Wilson and Pratt were there, we had Josh Bynes there the year before. That's what we need. We need that veteran to help them, show them the ropes, show them what to do, which I think they were hoping Logan Wilson would do that, but he was gone. he just wasn't doing anything. So they were able to get out from under that, and they threw those guys into traffic. That's what happened last year. And I mean, the thing is, you would think that with all the snaps they got last year, they would be better the next year. I mean, you would hope. Again, there's hope, because we won't know until they start playing. But now this is an interesting one, and I don't know if he's being serious or not. But Blake here says we got a future Hall of Famer, Matt Lee.
How many snaps has he played in 2 years?
I hope that's tongue in cheek.
Speaking of their draft ineptitudes, did you see the list of all of the third-round comp picks that they've had over the years?
No. Who they drafted?
Yes, who they drafted. And every year they've gotten a third-round comp pick.
Yeah.
The best player they've drafted with a third-round comp pick was Andre Caldwell.
So you're saying there's a chance they could get somebody good?
Was he good? I don't remember.
I remember his name.
There you go.
So if that helps, Eddie. We got $2 super chat for Fuzzy Balls. What if TJ Parker falls to 41?
Yep.
Take him, right?
Well, again, let's preface this. Who did they draft at 10? Did they
Right.
draft Bain? Did they draft David Bailey? If the answer to that question is yes, then no. But if the answer to that question is no, then yes. TJ Parker, I think, is going to get drafted higher than 41. I think he's a name that's getting slept on right now, especially what's going to help TJ Parker go higher than where I think he's being where he's being projected right now is that two of the edge rushers, I think, that would have gone in the spot that he may end up going, Cassius Howell and R. Mason Thomas, are both outliers as far as size goes. Cassius Howell has smaller arms than Reuben Bain.
Ooh.
Or shorter arms, I should say.
Does Reuben Bain's short arms, does he scare you? Because if he's at 10, I say he's at 10, I take it. But then if Downs is there, I want Downs. If Styles is there, I want Styles. I want all three of them. I can't get all three of them. But if
right,
Bain's
no,
there,
he doesn't, because it doesn't show up on tape.
Right. That's
the one.
Good.
And he's just a stout run defender. Like he may be the best run defending edge in this draft class. Like he is the opposite of what David Bailey is as far as a run defender, but maybe he's not as good a pass rusher as Bailey is, but he's not far enough off for me to think that he's not a better prospect than Bailey. I think they're both top 6 prospects in this class, but I have Bain over Bailey. I would love Bain at 10. I want to go back to the guy's comment about him living in South Carolina and TJ Parker.
Yeah.
When we see TJ Parker's highlight tape, whenever he gets drafted on draft night, at least 4 of the sacks, so they've done it in his cut-ups already, are going to be against South Carolina's offensive line, which has been abysmal the last 2 years.
Does that tell you something, huh?
Yeah. So that you're going to see it. I mean, and most of them were against Josiah Thompson, who he's out for the entire season, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So TJ Parker's personal highlight films have been against South Carolina's offensive line.
When you were at the game watching it?
Me? No.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a South Carolina game in person.
I thought
in a while.
You're in their backyard. Why haven't you gone?
Me? I'm in Alabama.
Oh, that's right. You're in
South Alabama.
That's right. I forget. You're in Alabama, not South Carolina. My bad. My bad. Wrong one. But
No.
you are South Carolina.
I'm 10 hours away from Columbia, South Carolina.
That's closer than I am, I think. We're probably like 15. All right. Adrian here. Thoughts on wide receiver Jeff Caldwell from UC in the middle rounds?
So Jeff Caldwell's a name that popped because of the combine.
Right.
And because of his freakish size. He is the true essence of height, weight, speed, right?
Mm-hmm.
But where's the production? Was his production there at Cincinnati?
No, because they wouldn't give him. But go ahead. That to me, that's a coaching thing.
Be that as it may. Be that as it may.
Our tight end should be a freaking first rounder, but he's not going to be because our coach sucks. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
You don't like? Is it Scott Satterfield?
I don't like Satterfield. No. I like him as much as I liked Wes Miller. Thank God we fired him.
But no, I think Caldwell is. I think a team's going to take him probably in 6th or 7th round, because all he's got is the combine right now.
All right, just trying to scan through some stuff here. Okay, here we go. We'll go with Rick. By the way, I think I've asked you this before, but doesn't he look like The Rock? I mean,
yes,
I think he's The Rock's twin brother.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say he does that on purpose.
He might. All right.
But,
well, we kind of answered this already, guys. Who's best?
I think it's Wagner.
Yeah. As far as free agents go, would you take him over a Brique? Whatever his name is.
Yes.
You take him over that? Okay. Even though he's what? How old is Wagner now?
37. Don't
yeah.
care.
You still take it. Wow. Okay. Right.
He's still productive.
Yeah. No. I mean, I am not disagreeing with that. I'm just.
Demario Davis was also 37, and I'd have gave him the same deal the Jets did.
Right.
Was it the Jets or was it the Commander?
Who
I don't
are you talking about
remember.
again? Sorry.
Demario Davis. Was it the Commanders or was it the Jets?
Oh shit! Yeah, I mean, I want to say the Commanders, but then you got me.
Let's see.
Thinking it might be the.
It was the Jets.
See, Brad feels the same way I do about the Bearcats. He said Satterfield would be fired by November. We can only hope. All right, Adrian here. What's your opinion on Fisher from Indiana?
He's going to get lost in the shuffle, and like I said, I've said this is probably the deepest off-ball linebacker group I've personally scouted in at least a decade. I don't remember off the top of my head one that's better than this. I've got Aiden Fisher right now as linebacker 14, which to me puts him probably in the 5th round if I had to guess. I think he's going to outplay his draft position. I'll say that. I think he's a really good player. I've got him like in the same level as Jack Kelly from BYU, Lander Barton from Utah. I think those are similar players. I think Fisher goes, like I said, probably 4th round at the earliest, but probably in the 5th round. I think you could make an argument for 10 to 11 off-ball linebackers going in the top 100 picks. I don't think there'll be that many, but you could make that argument.
All right, so we've been in this show for 46 minutes, and where the hell did it go? Crap. And so he brought up Maxx Crosby. And I had that, and then you guys blew the chat up, and I don't know where the hell it went. But they talk about we can't go without talking about Maxx Crosby. Where did that chat go? Anyway, real quick, what's your thoughts on the whole Maxx Crosby thing? And do you think Maxx Crosby stays in Vegas? If you think he plays for the Raiders this year, I'm not saying come to the Bengals, which I would love, but do you think in general he stays in Vegas? There it is. Tell you about that's what it is.
if their asking price is the same, then yes, he's staying in Vegas.
I don't think it's the same.
I don't think it is either. Are we giving him 41 and a third next year? If the answer is yes, then
would you?
That we don't for a 2nd round pick this year? Yes,
I would.
Would I give up 10?
I would. I give up. It's Maxx freaking Crosby, dude. We need an edge. That's a game changer.
Let me get to the clock, and then I'll make that call.
You can take a linebacker at 41. Get Bobby Wagner, get Maxx Crosby, and get Rodriguez at 41. Let's go.
Maybe.
Okay. I'm still holding out hope, dude.
They're not going to do it, so it doesn't matter.
There, Ronnie says 10. Stewart plus 10. Everybody keeps throwing out Shamar Stewart. Stewart plus 10.
Why would the Raiders do that?
well, people ask me that. I'm like, well, you're getting a top 10 pick, plus you're getting a 1st round pick in Shamar Stewart. So that's 2 1st-round picks.
Was he?
He was.
He was technically drafted in the 1st round.
Well, Maxx Crosby technically failed his physical. I don't believe that either.
Oh no, that was a pure crawfish by the Ravens, no doubt about it. They are some shady mofos.
Exactly, dude. They got. I'm going to bang on them. It's not going to do anything, but I'm going to make fun of them the whole year about this. They got hosed in free agency, and then they realized, oh crap, we're getting up to 1st-round picks, and we're getting Maxx Crosby, and we can get Trey for the same and get our 1st-round picks back. Yeah, let's go do that. Yeah, there isn't anything on that medical list that they saw. Because I mean,
that wasn't already known about.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you watch, Max, I just found this out. Maxx Crosby has his own podcast called The Rush, and he was on there, and it dropped today, and he was on there talking about it. This is how shady it was. He got there, and then when he got there, he never saw the GM. Like he didn't see the GM till the end of it. When he said he went to the doctors, did their scans, all that stuff. Then they kind of stuck him in a room, and he's like, "What the hell's going on here?" He said it felt weird. And he's like, hey, because normally, the GM, I would think the GM, makes this blockbuster trade. He'd be the first one to meet Maxx, but no, like this is shady from the get-go, man.
And wasn't Trey in the building at the same time?
That's what the rumors are. And what Trey is saying, and I'm putting it this way, the Ravens lied to Trey saying, oh, yeah, we're going to sign you and Maxx. Richard Skinner, who's a local columnist or a little TV guy here from Channel 12, has said they couldn't afford both of them. So that wasn't going to happen either. So they lied to Trey. They lied to Maxx. They're lying to everybody else. It's all lies, 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 lies. And there's nothing we can do about it except call a bunch of liars. And I mean, it's smart on their point because they got Trey, but Trey's not as good. And I'm not throwing shade at Trey. It's facts. Trey's not as good as Maxx Crosby. He's all-around player. Maxx is a better player. Do you not agree with that, or you do agree?
Sure.
I mean, Maxx. Go ahead.
Maxx Crosby is a good player, but now you're talking about he's also getting to 30 and with an injury history.
Yeah,
it's a risk.
Is it that big of a risk though? I mean, he's the freaking all-pro player. I mean, he hasn't dropped off. He was still making plays last year with the hurt knee.
I mean, I agree, but like I said, and now I would be like, hey, are the Raiders vulnerable? Can I get him cheaper?
Right. That's what I think everybody is trying to do. That's why.
So let's get our master negotiator Duke Tobin on the case.
Yeah. Now you're talking. But this is where I don't think if it happens, regardless if he comes to the Bengals or not, Maxx is they're going to trade him, it's going to happen draft night. I think they're going to see they're going to wait and see how the draft goes and wait and see what people offer them. If anybody's dumb enough to give, I thought the Ravens were dumb to give them 2 first-round picks for him anyway. That wasn't. I mean, I that was just asinine in the first place.
When I saw that come up, I was like, wow, that's a lot. I thought the same thing about the trade yesterday with Waddle. I thought that was a lot. For a team that's clearly in the tank?
What did Denver give up?
They gave up their first this year, 30.
Okay.
They swapped 4th-round picks, and they gave up their 5th to Miami. So
yeah, that's a lot for Waddle.
I mean,
Waddle's okay. I mean, hell, he's gonna go there be their number 1.
I mean, and he will, and they'll shit. I'd call Denver about Marvin Mims right now.
Yeah,
to be that number 3 slot.
Right. Yeah. And the thing, have you seen this many trades? I mean, there are trades like crazy. NFL, I remember when I grew up, the NFL used to never make trades. They make trades like.
I wish we had NBA trades.
You wish what again? Say it again.
I wish we had NBA level trades. I want to see 3 and 4 teams involved. I want to see protected picks stuff. No, actually, I don't want to see that. I hate that about the NBA. But I would love to see more. Just like those guys. Do you ever see? You ever keep up with these NBA trades?
They're hard.
Dude, I have no. You can look at the second round because there's only 2 rounds in the NBA draft. Right. You look at the second round, and I would dare say only like four picks are of the team that are originally slotted to take him. They've all moved at least 4 or 5 times.
Well, also the NBA, since they got they have a salary cap or what? I don't even know how there's the max contract stuff.
Yeah, and then they have a curtain, and then they have a second curtain, and then you pay luxury. I have no idea what any of that means.
Yeah, it's so freaking weird now of how I can't keep up with it. And like, man, I used to love the NBA. I still like it. I don't love it like I used to. I mean, I grew up with Magic and Bird and Jordan, and I mean, same thing you did. And that's to me, that's still a great era. And I'll watch my Cavs or I'll watch the Pacers, but I don't really watch. And I really like college. I like college basketball more, to be honest.
I don't, but it's like I've watched one NBA game start to finish in the last 4 years.
Now I did watch the Lakers since I've been home from work because I pitched my back or my nerve in my back. I got to sit and watch the Lakers, and who the hell was that? Was it the Thunder. I can't remember, but that was a fun game where oh crud, the little white guy guard, anyway, he an unbelievable play where he got fouled and he needed to make one free throw and miss the other one and then make the shot to tie the game, and it actually worked. He threw the ball off the rim, caught the ball, and made the shot. And that was actually a fun game. That was one of the funnest NBA games I've watched in a while. But yeah, keeping up with the way their contracts are, max contracts, curtains, I have no freaking clue, dude. You'd have to be a mathematician, and if anybody ever watches this show, I am not that at all. I am just a dumbass with a podcast, so. Anyway, Brian, you've been up for 55 minutes. I appreciate you, man. This has been fun as always. You know, we still got about a month or more to the draft, so I'm going to ask you to come back on again. But make sure you plug some stuff or I'll let you go, brother.
Yep. Exactly. We are exactly 36 days, 1 hour, and 33 minutes away from the 2026 NFL draft. I know that because I just went to draftcountdown.com, and we have a clock that tells you that. There at the top. We're working through every single team, having a full team mock-up. I'll have another Bengals mock drop before the draft. I've already had one earlier a few weeks ago, probably before free agency, if I had to guess. I'll have a new big board drop on April the 3rd, and then I'll have the final one drop a couple of days before the draft. We have a new mock draft every week at the site. Generally on Wednesdays is the day we drop new mock drafts. So, yeah, head over to draftcountdown.com. You can follow us on the Twitter machine there at Draft Countdown. You can follow me there at Deep Fried Draft. And I'm pretty sure we have a Facebook page, too.
Got it somewhere.
And we have a YouTube channel, The Draft Countdown.
Hey, aren't we going to be part of the big epic draft that we're doing with the draft professor? I'm pretty sure. Aren't you on that Twitter group? I think you are with me. I think it's you.
I muted that thing like a week after I got in it.
Oh, okay. Well, you should get back on it because we're
should I?
Yes, because we're talking about doing something like next week.
I don't know.
I can't keep up with it, man. They blow that thing up.
That thing was a bit overwhelming, and I kind of just stopped.
That's the way I was. I'm like,
I appreciate all the hard work those guys do, but I can't keep up with that constant chatter. All the time. My notifications can only go. That lasted all of about an hour, and I'm like, mute.
You gotta show me how to do that. I don't know how to do that yet. But all right, so I will, because I know Ryan Sparks are supposed to do something. So I'll talk to you.
Somebody else needs to let me know outside of that thread.
I'll be your outside contact source.
Hold on. Is this the one that says
which one?
Bengals epic mock 26?
Yes. That's it.
I guess I am in that.
You are, because I'm like, I was talking to Ryan the other day. He's like, yeah, this guy Brian's on there. I'm like, Brian, like, wait a second, how do you know you're in it? And I look at him like, oh yeah, I know Brian.
Apparently I am. Sure.
So, well, we'll work something out, man. I'll
we'll figure that out. Yeah. Somebody needs to let me know something soon so I can put that on my calendar, I guess.
Brian, it's been fun. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah,
take it easy.
Right,
see you. Oh God. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. I know that was a whole bunch of inside stuff. You guys did no clue what's going on, but it's funny. We're gonna have a epic mock draft here soon. It's gonna be fun. We'll get it figured out. Shout out to our sponsors, T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out their website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And Party Lawn and Landscaping for all your lawn and landscaping needs. I don't know, you need your grass cut, you need a paver patio, you need anything. I mean, anything. Maybe you're a do-it-yourselfer. Maybe you want to buy some mulch, some gravel. Think Party Lawn and Landscaping. And, of course, Meyer Window Doors and more. I got them in my house. I highly recommend you get them in yours. Meyer Window Doors and more. And, of course, my favorite brewery, Cincinnati Lager House. Go on down there to the banks, get you some delicious Lager House beer some delicious Lager House food, and of course, tell all my sponsors you heard about them from Sports with Strawberry Ice. That's right, guys. As always, shout out to all my sponsors. We got Priority Lawn and Landscaping, T Properties, Cincinnati Lager House, and of course, Meyer Window Doors and more. Make sure you check those all out. Also, do me a favor, check out my podcast. If you want to re-listen to anything me and Brian were talking about, check out it. It's on BeanPod, Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Do me a favor. Let's do it. Rate it, like it, review it, leave a 5-star review and a comment so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. The reviews, comments, all that stuff, it just helps the algorithm with the podcast. It also helps the algorithm with the show. So I appreciate all 107 of you watching right now. You guys have been awesome. Sorry I couldn't get to every single one of your questions, but you guys have so much fun in the chat. It looks like the chat is as much fun as the show is. So I appreciate all you guys joining. And other than that, remember one thing and one thing only, that is Who Day for life. Everybody throw it up. That's just sports, baby. See ya!
Another great show. You guys still here? The show's over. You can come back tomorrow. I'm out of here. See ya.